And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Some of our background noise that you will hear is some construction in the background, but we love hearing that. Are you out there and you're a young athlete, you're trying to prepare them, get them trained so that they can be maybe noticed by scouts, colleges? Hey, we have something for you this morning you're going to want to pay attention to. I have with me Amy Woodring from LJ Fitness. That's called live, and that's okay. So I have just ride right through. Bicycle. I'm giving me a bicycle. Amy Woodring, glad to have you. LJ Fitness. Let's talk about personal training that you guys do, and also what your new program is that you put in place for sports training for young athletes.
Good. We opened back in 2007 and have run a successful gym during that time. My husband's been a personal trainer. I do some personal training as well, and have always had that open to everybody. But in the recent years, I think our daughters are growing up athletically and in swimming, and I think with them getting close to college age, we started thinking a little bit more about what we could do to help not only our girls, but other kids that are in the North Georgia mountains trying to, be seen out there in the big world and hopefully secure a scholarship that they've been dreaming about all these years. And so we've tried to put together some specific programs to where we're able to work either one-on-one with a student or in groups of similar type athletes. Like right now we're working with quite a number of softball girls from the Gilmer softball team and travel teams in groups to help them specifically focus on sport-related exercises that will help them be better in their sport so that then hopefully, like I said, they can go on and play college ball.
Now, do you have specific training for different sports and athletic training for, so you have a training program tailored to
Correct.
Softball, tailored to a baseball player, football player, a lineman? I know you do because I've seen some of those guys in there.
We've had some great success so far. We really have. We've got a number of kids that have been able to secure scholarships, and we can't take all the credit for that. Obviously, they're very talented children, but hopefully we've played a little part in that, helping them to be better in their sport. You can't train a football player the same way you'd train a swimmer.
Right.
It's totally different muscle movements, and you have to be aware of that. And to go to weight training in school and bench press, that's great, and everybody needs to do that, but you need to do some specific things to get better in your specific sport so that you're able to have that, especially in swimming, for example. Swimming is a 1/100th of a second sport. Races have been won and lost in 1/100th of a second. You can't blink that fast. And so in order
You're intense when you talk swimming.
I'm intense when I talk swimming.
Because Kaylin and Peyton. Right.
They're my swimmers.
Yeah, they're your swimmer. You
Yes.
get it. I watch the intensity go up a little bit when you start tenths of a second.
Exactly.
You know a swimmer mom when they talk in the language a tenths of a second.
Exactly. And to have that edge that you've put a little bit more time in the weight room or a little bit more time in the pool because you're more athletically developed and have stronger endurance to spend more time in the pool or more time on the field because you've worked a little harder than everybody else is what makes the difference most times.
Well, let me bring this up. LJ Fitness, we're talking to Amy Woodring at LJ Fitness, and what they have done, and I have seen this firsthand, probably the best, and I always am cautious with this because there's a lot of great training programs and trainers in the North Georgia area. They really are, but at LJ Fitness, Mark and Amy Woodring are probably the two best I've ever been around. One thing I want to highlight, family business.
Yes.
And I love that. FetcherNews.com, we love highlighting family business. We're here with 5 shops, all of them husband and wife. FetcherNews.com, you and Mark. We love promoting family-owned small business. And you and your husband work together. Now, Mark really knows this business, does he not?
He's amazing. I tease that he's the best, but not just because he's my husband, but in my opinion, he really is the best.
Your husband, he's a pretty good guy.
He's a pretty good guy.
Training, let's get back to the training.
He can look at a child or look at a client, because they're not all children. We have a ultra marathon runner who's in his 50s that we train to help him do better. Who would go run 100 miles? That's just insane.
Not happening here, so
not
move
me.
on.
But he can look at a person and just innately see where they need to improve. It's really amazing to me that he has such talent. I love to work with him. It's so much fun.
LJ Fitness, you have developed specific training for different sports for young athletes in the North Georgia area.
Yeah, and it's really not just for sports. It's per client.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. It's individualized.
Very much, yes.
Because everybody may need to train, even if they're playing the same sport in a different way.
Yes, sir.
And Mark knows that. I don't know that.
Absolutely.
LJ Fitness, where are you located? Wow, LJ, right?
Exactly. We're located right off the square at 379 River Street. There in LJ, very easy to find. We're open 7 days a week from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And how do they get in touch with you to talk and get a consultation with you? If they come down, what do you do? Do they bring their son or daughter down and you do an interview and then Mark take them through the gym and have them do some different things to tailor make their training for what they want to achieve?
Exactly.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, exactly.
So how do they do that? How do they get in touch with you to do that?
You can give us a call at 706-636-2348 or 706-636-BFIT. Or you can reach us at email ellajfit2007@gmail.com.
And also, folks, Monday through Thursday, as we list all of our sponsors on Good Morning from the Office, FetcherNews.com, you have heard me say many times, LJ Fitness, okay, and where they're located. So we'll get that back out to you. Amy, we appreciate anything you want to share about the program before we leave, other than I know your two daughters, Kaylin and Peyton, and I know Mark, and I have been in there when they're, let me tell you something, if it's good enough for your kids, right?
He trains them hard.
Oh, yes.
He trains them hard.
No letting up, is there?
Exactly. No, not at all.
We good? Anything else?
We're great. No, this is wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Hey, maybe I need to go down there. I'm not running in a marathon, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. The shops at Sycamore Crossing. Come back. We'll spend a couple more minutes with Scott Farrell and discuss his book. Let him give you some more information on his book, when it's coming out, and what he has going on. And then, yes, stay tuned. I'm going to trade in the Caddyshack jacket because I'm going in the Broken Bull. They just sent word they have some things they want me, your host, BKP, to try on. Okay?
And
then we're going to go into the new blue home and gift before we close today. Lottie, take us to break. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.